Today we're going to build this reliable, tileable, waste-free 720 aluminum ingot per minute factory. To achieve this, we're going to need 800 bauxite per minute, 320 water per minute, and 480 coal. We're going to be using the alternate recipes sloppy alumina and pure aluminum ingot. These recipes eliminate silica from the process and give us some really nice round numbers to work with. We'll also be building 8 refineries, 24 smelters, 3 water extractors. We're going to need 1 Mark I pipeline pump and potentially more pumps depending on how high you build your factory. These are the minimum amount of parts that you'll need to build all of the machines. You'll also need to bring along extra copper sheets, iron rods, wire, cable, plastic, concrete, iron plates, like you usually do for any building project. Okay, that's enough talking. It's time to start building. Okay, as you can see, I've prepared all my resources. I've got 400 bauxite on each one of these conveyor belts. I've got 480 coal, and I've got 320 water coming in on this pipe. So now what we need to do is place our machines. So to do that, we're going to switch into vertical mode, and we'll go up 10. And then from here, we're going to switch back to zoop mode, and we're going to go out 10. And this section that we're building is 5 by 7, so we're going to start counting out. And then we'll go ahead and put a walkway on the other side, and we can put a walkway on this side as well. Now, as you can see, it started raining right in the middle of my video. We're going to paint this section that we're going to build on all black. Now we're ready to start placing down some refineries. So the first refinery, we want the inputs facing us, this line to be just 1 notch past the halfway point of the first foundation. So right there. Okay, once we've got that one in place, then we can just snap the other ones right into place by holding down the control key. Now the second one, we want just 1 notch short of the next foundation. And we'll do the same thing. Come over here, hold down the control key, and snap these next 3 into place. So now those are all placed exactly where they should be. You can see they're equally centered. Now we're going to go ahead and place some holes in the floor. First, we're going to place down this one right here. And that's 1, 2 notches in, and right in line with this. Now we want to place in the pipeline hole. We'll put that right up next to the output, or the input in this case. Okay, and we need some more conveyor lift holes, and on this one, it just goes right in the center, but lined up with the input port right here. We want to switch back to the pipeline hole and put one on each of these outputs. Okay, that's all the holes in the floor. So now we're going to go ahead and put down our Mark II pipe, and we're going to need to be in noodle mode. Now we're going to start placing down conveyor lifts. Make sure that the arrow is pointing in. And now we need to go do the coal. And let's go ahead and connect these. Okay, so the refineries are all placed. We do have one more thing that we want to do, which is connect the output of the sloppy alumina refinery to the input of the aluminum scrap refineries. When we set this to sloppy alumina, the output is 240 alumina solution per minute, and the input for the aluminum scrap recipe is 240 alumina solution per minute. So they match, and that's why we have this direct one-to-one mapping here. And then we're going to go out 10. So we'll get back into Zoop mode and go 10. Oh, the rain has stopped. Perfect. Just in time. Okay. All right, that looks great. Now we're going to go ahead and paint. First, we're going to place a splitter. And this first splitter, we want the output is going to be coming from this machine here. So what we want to do is line the splitter up right on this next foundation and just bring it back one notch. Okay. Now we're going to go and place down a smelter. We want the smelter, the input side, to come from that splitter. And you want to, when it's yellow, you're too close, you move it one block, make sure it's lined up with the green line, and snap it down, and we're good to go. All right, now we're going to place down our merger. Now this depends on which way you want what you're going to do with your ingots. I'm going to bring my ingots back and process them back there. If you want to process your ingots that way, then you could turn this around and have the green arrow pointing that way. When it's yellow, it's too close, go one more notch, make sure the line's green, and boom, you're done. Okay, so that's the first row. Now we're going to do this one more time. As again, line up with this one. We want the orange facing because we're going to be getting our aluminum scrap from there. And then you just want this green line to match there. We're going to put in another smelter. Make sure that the smelter is turned the right direction so that the orange is towards the splitter, and place it down. And one more. And this one again, we want to make sure we're coming this direction. And that looks good. And it should line up right with the edge of our dark concrete. Once you've placed this initial set down, it's really easy to do the rest, just like usual. You hold down the control key and just snap them into place. Now, what we need to do is stretch out the belts. So we've got all our belts in place. Now it's time to place down our mergers and our splitters. So this is the output side. So we're going to want to merge all of these ingots onto a belt. And so you hold down the control key and you just place the merger on the belt near the smelter and click the left button. And I'm going to go up a little bit higher and just fly and place them down real quick. Now we're going to switch over to splitters. All right, let's clear this out as well. Let's wire the factory. Start by deleting the center foundation under the sloppy alumina refineries. Then place a power pole 4 clicks in from the edge on the center line. Underneath, we'll place a wall outlet 2 clicks from the edge. This will be directly below the pole we just placed above. Connect the wall outlet to the new pole and the wire will be hidden inside the pole. And finally, connect the wall outlet to the main power. And you should see that now we have power on this pole. We do. And so this will be the main power pole for the whole factory. Take this power from here, and we are going to place one right in between these two devices, these two machines. And we want to just come out 4 just like we did on the other one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now that's a perfectly straight line, and we'll do the same thing over here. And now we're ready to connect these two machines. So we'll connect this one and this one. All right, we can connect these two machines. Now we want to set the recipes. Now we're going to take this one and we're going to do the same thing up here. Okay, connect the power for these ones, connect the power here. Okay, and as you can see, it's yellow, but these are not. So what we're going to do is just copy and paste. And paste and paste. So this should be aluminum scrap. So they're all aluminum scrap. These ones back here should all be sloppy alumina and sloppy alumina. Okay, so far so good. All right, now we're going to go ahead and do the power for the rest. On these, we just want them right in the center, and I like to put them right before, right there. Just kind of pull it back, just kind of put it right there where those two come together, and then pull it back 1 notch. Okay, and once you've done that, then it's time to connect the machines. Now we need to set the recipes. We want the pure aluminum ingot recipe, and so we'll copy it, and then we'll fly and paste. It looks like we're all good, and you should be able to see all of the lights should be yellow because we have power and recipe for everything. And we're done on the top side. Okay, now that we've got all the machines placed, connected, powered, recipeed, it's time to work on the subfloor. So first thing we're going to do is just stretch out a little bit of concrete down here. It makes me feel a lot safer. What we want to do is go into vertical mode and add 1, 2, and 3. And then we'll go back to zoop mode and we're going to zoop across. And we're going to place down our pipeline support right in the middle. We're going to run a pipe between these. As you can see, that pipe is lined up directly with these floor holes. And unfortunately, this won't snap. But what will snap is if you just place one of these junctions down on the floor right where it belongs. Right there, I think. Yep. Then you can hold down the control key while placing the junction on the pipe to get it to snap exactly to where you want it. Okay, once you've got all 4 of the junctions in place, we can go ahead and delete all this. And we can clean all that up and go ahead and connect these. And again, do the same thing. Up 3 and then zoop across. Placing down pipeline supports. Now we're going to want to connect this water pipe. This is our 320 water from down below. And so we're going to place a pipeline. I'm going to put it right in the middle, right about there. And hopefully, let's switch it over to horizontal to vertical mode. Should snap right into place. And here, snaps right into place as well. Okay, we no longer need this. Now we've got our water coming in. We have 320 water coming in here. And it should actually start to fill up these machines. Should see some water showing up in these pipes. Yep, no pipes are filling up. Water is filling up in the machines. A little bit of water in this pipe. A little water in that machine. And eventually these will all fill up all the way. Shouldn't take too long. Okay. Now that's only 320, and these take 200 water each, so we need 800. And we're going to get the other 800, or the other 480 from the outputs. There's 120 each, and there's 4 of these. So, and we've got them running down into the floor. And they're all connecting into this pipe. So now we connect this pipe to the opposite side, right here. And this is the magic right here. We're going to place a pipeline Mark 1 pump right here facing this direction. And what this does, this acts as a valve. We'll power it up. This will act as a valve. It will be pulling water from this side, pushing it onto this side, prevent any water from backflowing here, and leaving an empty space here where this machine will drain due to gravity out this pipe and into that empty space that was left by the pump. The pump will push it along here and raise it up high enough to get into here. You actually don't really need the head lift in this particular case, but the pump acts as a valve, and in a way that valves don't usually work. The problem with a valve is you have to have 100% pressure behind the valve before anything will go through. And we don't want that in this case. We want this pump to be pulling the water away. And if we don't, then this will fill up and it will put these machines into idle. We don't want to do that. So anyway, this is the magic of this build right here. That pump and this line. You want to make sure it's coming in the opposite side of where your source water is coming in too. Okay. So the water is done. Now it's time to put in, get the bauxite going next. All right, now on these ones, we're going to put a splitter on each one. We want to make sure that the arrows are pointing to the left because our source of bauxite is on the right. And we're going to flow it this direction. Actually, in this case, I think what we're going to do here, because our bauxite's so close, I'm just going to rotate this one so that the input is on this side. And I should be able to, yeah, just bring it right up in there. So now our bauxite is being fed in. Let's go up top and check. This is why I leave a little bit of a gap here so that I can see the whatever mineral flowing. Looks like we forgot to do something down there. Actually, you can tell what we forgot. We forgot to put the belts. So we're going to put that coal in now. Make sure we're flowing to the left. I think we should be able to just connect it right up. Let's try that. There we go. Now the coal should start flowing. Yep, we can see coal flowing into all these machines. You can hear them turning on. And here we go. All right, let's go check out what's happening over here. Looks like we are not connected properly here. We working this time? Okay, now it's working. Great. Now the outputs of these are 360 aluminum each. So that's why we need to have Mark V belts, because this is 720 aluminum scrap on this belt right here. This is 360, this is 360, and this will be 720 right here. Okay, it does seem like we have a little bit of a problem. As you can see, the water is filling up in this machine and it's going into idle. So that means something's wrong. So let's see if we can figure out what it is. Got plenty of water here. Alumina solution is kind of building up. Bauxite is plenty full. This machine is going into idle as well. The belts are full. Coal looks fine. Maximum. This machine is idling as well. Let's check the water. Okay, water extractor is at 120. This one is 120. And this one is 120. Okay, so that makes 360, and we need to have 320. So that's the source of a problem right there. Let's set this down to 100. And we'll set this one to 100. Okay, so now that's 100, 200, 320, which is exactly the amount that we need. Well, let's also go ahead and flush this pipe network. So another thing that I did was I took all of the ingots that were currently being generated and I brought them into the awesome sink just to make sure that nothing is backing up over here. And we're gonna just let it run for a little while longer and see if the water starts backing up again. Okay, it's been a little while longer, and let's see how we're doing. Water is still filling up, and we're going into idle mode. We got plenty of coal. Looks like plenty of alumina. Where's the bauxite? Yeah, there should be more bauxite on these. So this belt should be bringing in 200. This belt should be bringing in 600, split 3 ways, and then combined into 2 belts of 400. This one. So this actually looks pretty good here, but this one doesn't look quite as full. That's a Mark 5. Mark 5, Mark 5. This is Mark 5. This is Mark 5. That's Mark 4. That's a problem. So yeah, this machine is outputting 600 per minute, but Mark 4 can only handle 480 per minute. So we need to upgrade that. I must have missed that when I was upgrading this belt earlier. So let's make that a Mark 5. So now it should be, yeah, see, this is much more solid now. Let it run for a little while and we'll see how it's doing. Okay, the bauxite is now flowing as expected. I've let it run for about 30 minutes. The input sides are all full. That's great. The output side is emptying immediately as soon as it's done. Same thing with this one, and this one. We're running at 99%. I think they're all running here at 99%. That's great. And let's have a look in these guys. So yeah, this is the most important one right here. The water is drained. The alumina solution is staying right about even. And we're running at 100%. 100%, no water. 100% and no water. So it's looking pretty solid. Okay, the big takeaway here is just to make sure that your water is the exact proportion that you're expecting. In our case, 320 cubic meters per minute. Make sure that all your inputs match exactly. We were a little bit short on bauxite. That was causing us a problem, but now that we've ensured that we're getting the right amount, it does appear like everything is running smoothly. You can see all of the refineries are green and all of the smelters are green. Hope you liked the video, and if you did, please leave a like, and if you'd like to see more content like this, please subscribe. You can also follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/buzz__bomb. Have a good day, and bye-bye.